All right, so what we're learning today is called a tip chart. As we can see over here, it means term, information, and picture. So what we use the tip chart for is for informal, quick definitions where you want to remember something easily and with speed. Typically, they're going to be more casual definitions, so not something that you want to know like the super specifics of. Like maybe you want to remember like what an equation is. That we would put in the tip chart because it's something that is easy for you to remember and doesn't require a high level of specificity. So let's go ahead and start. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a chart with 3 columns. The first one is going to be term, and then we're going to do information, and then picture. Okay, yep. Make them into columns. Perfect. Okay, and then you might want to draw the line, just to help denote from the labels. Okay, so for example, let's start with equation, because we talked about that earlier. So start by writing equation. Okay, now remember, the point is to have quick, informal definitions. So when I say equation, what do you think about? What do you think that means?
4x is equal to 37. Like
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So let's break that down. We have 4x is equal to 37, right? So it has an equal sign, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it has an equal sign, and we have two. What do we call those things? The 4x and the 37. What do we call those?
Variables?
Well, the x would be a variable, but what do we call the 4x as a piece of math? What do we call that? Yes, you did it in the crossword. Do you remember what it was called?
The coefficient?
No. It was a term. Right? Okay. So we call the 4x and the 37, we call those terms. So we have 4x is equal to 37. So let's come up with a quick informal definition for equation. What do you think? Now that you have an understanding of what those two pieces are.
A term equals a term.
Perfect. Just put that down. Perfect. Okay. Now, the big thing here is that we want to relate this to more than just letters, because letters could be just word vomit on a page, and we don't care about that. Like, we don't remember half the things that are on here. However, we will remember our pictures and our little sketches and things. Maybe they're a little funny or something, like the incubator and the baby oven, because, So what do you think when you think of an equation? Visually, what do you see?
An equal sign.
An equal sign? Okay, let's amend that slightly. Let's put an equal sign, definitely. We want to use an equal sign, but we also want to have something else in there to kind of represent, because remember, term equals term. So definitely put the equal sign in. Like, go ahead and draw on the little equal sign.
4x equals 37.
Yeah, that I think actually would be a really good idea. Dope. Okay, so we have term, information, picture, tip chart. All right, so here's what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
You just completed this pretty fun activity. And I know that there were some of these, you got them all, but I know there were some of them you didn't necessarily know the definition to, and there were some in here that perhaps we need to go over. So let's start by asking you, which one did you, just give me one that perhaps you didn't know the definition of.
Bimodal.
Bimodal, okay. So let's go ahead and try that, put that down. All right, so we've got bimodal. What about for an information? So you don't know what when something is bimodal, you don't know what that means, right?
Right.
Really simple. Let's break it down. Bimodal. Bi means two. Modal referring to modes. So that means a data set or a set of points or values or something that has two modes. So when we say bimodal, what do you think of for your information?
2 modes.
2 modes. Put it down. All right. Let's see. Quick to your brain, what does that make you think of picture-wise?
I don't know.
First thing that comes to your mind.
I don't know what a mode is.
Okay, remember, a mode is going to be in your set of data. So anything that makes you think of modes.
Is a mode where you take the biggest minus the smallest?
No, the mode is going to be, I believe, the most repeated.
Oh, okay. So, like, maybe...
But it doesn't necessarily need to relate to that. For example, on like a washer or dryer, it has like different modes.
Yeah.
So if you wanted, you could put like 2 dials as to represent 2 modes. If you want.
Oh.
It doesn't necessarily have to be like numbers and letters and stuff. It's a picture. Remember, baby oven.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Like